this episode of the Potman Chronicles.
Is that what it's called?
I mean, the McGannigan Fun Hour didn't work because it doesn't fit into a 1 hour time slot.
Well, you know, maybe it's just erroneously named. It could still be named that. Maybe the producers didn't get the branding right or whatever.
And now it's time for the McGannigan Fun Hour from 6 p.m. to 10.
The fun hour, and then it has like a little painted like red S on at the end. It's slightly tilted.
The Fun Hour.
But no, I thought that was an interesting tidbit. I just by chance flipped open the VTM folder earlier today, and I was like, huh. The VTM campaign ran for 24 sessions. We're on session 25 now. I didn't even rename the saving convention. Oops. According to my files, I'm on AFMBE campaign session post 24. It's still technically true.
Still technically true, yeah.
Did you adjust your microphone volume, Jordan? Maybe like a new microphone or something?
I got a new microphone for Christmas.
That explains why the volume's so low.
It's also probably low.
Yeah.
How about now?
That is definitely louder.
Is it better, though?
That's better. Although it does sound like a teapot kettle in the background.
Well, I can't really do much more about it because my 5-year-old headset decided not going to work anymore.
Hey, that's fine. It's fine. It's good.
It's a thing headsets do.
That's right.
They just up and decide, not working anymore.
Yep, just fuck this. I
Fuck
quit.
this. I'm out.
I quit.
But no, I think I'm getting to the point now where I actually, and I suppose this is a good time to discuss this, since it would normally be our session time anyway, and I feel that we've gone through enough, and that the story could continue to progress for years, but if we finish up the rest of these currently dangling story plot arcs, what with Desiccation, Eugene's fate, whether you can secure the long-time survival of the Fort Drake outfit, that would be a great point to end All Flesh Must Be Eaten, because I admit I am getting wary of the system.
I'd be fine with that. I know how I'm pretty sure I know how Aaron feels.
Yeah, Aaron's already expressed that he doesn't want to, like, in this campaign go, what the fuck happens now? It's like what happened with the Vampire the Masquerade campaign, where Aaron expressed that he thought that there was more to tell with David Green's story, and all the other players said, no, we put this in a nice bow, we can stop.
No, we're done!
And Aaron's like, what the fuck happens to David with this whole goddamn promise to some sort of crazed fucking Zamitzi dude?
Gonna have to find out in the epilogue. Which will cost $9.95.
I had gotten a lot less time to play David than everyone else had gotten to play their characters.
It's true. But then again, who can say they changed the fate of the campaign as much as Jermaine Wallace did, right?
Both of my characters, are you kidding me?
I think the best time in that entire campaign was the last 2 sessions, where
that's because you got to get into an espionage duel.
No, where Sean literally thought that Marcus had telepathy.
Like I said, espionage duel.
Where I rolled 3 10s for Jordan's Auspex and went, huh.
Yeah.
What do I do with this? I guess that means that he somehow figures it out. Alright.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was pretty content on like, all right, and then Sean's character gets you, and Sean's character was gonna get you. He was all prepped and ready to go.
Yeah, I realized that. That's why I say the last 2 sessions were awesome.
Yeah.
Because finally, Marcus got one up on someone.
Finally, Marcus crawled out of the nightclub and
he outplayed someone instead of out shooting them. For once.
Hey.
And I enjoyed all the drama with the ghost there, with the whole prospect of the
when the game got very personal for me and Marcus, It got a lot better for me in that game. All that politics bullshit, didn't care.
Gotta admit, I'm still thinking about it, and it's not tinted by nostalgia at all. I think about the combat mechanics, I think about the vampire weakness mechanics. I remember looking at the Toreador weakness and going, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? And I still feel that way.
No, but
What do I do with this?
It's a good thing Ryan's not here.
But you see, it's like I said, everybody likes when their character suffers and they get to play through it. It's just more interesting.
Yeah, screen time for you.
Suffering.
Alright. But no, like, fucking Aaron's weakness? Yeah, I got that. I can fucking handle that. The Nosferatu's weakness is fucking hook, line, and sinker. I can do that.
It's obvious. It's
Everyone
right there.
Everyone else in the party, pretty clear cut.
Yeah. Like, Sean's weakness? Yeah, I can do that.
That could have been crippling.
Yeah.
That could have been more crippling.
I can do that. Byron's weakness, the Ventru, would have mattered more if you didn't have a secure domain.
Yep.
And then there's Marcus.
Which fucking confused me the entire campaign.
It's okay.
Let's shoehorn it in. There's a mural in fucking Madison Square Garden.
See, okay, at the time, I didn't really pay much attention to it, but in retrospect, what I would have gone with is having him get fascinated and obsessed by combat. So when a fight starts, he just wants to keep it going and going and going.
I don't think I ever considered that as a possibility.
Because that was kind of his thing. And it's a thing to see beauty in.
I don't know. I think the nightclub was his thing.
That too.
I think clubbing was his thing.
Yeah, no, but he was really into music and fighting.
I think what I ended up doing is just saying, alright, all of Marcus's Toreador weaknesses are taken care of off camera while he's in the club. We never have to worry about it.
I guess, I mean, like I've said before, at the beginning, I really didn't have fun playing Marcus. I just knew playing your game, knew with talking to you, so it's just like,
And,
I didn't want to say, Grimith, I'm not having fun playing this game.
It's fine. No, I opened that up with you folks the same way as I opened up this All Flesh Must Be Eaten campaign. I don't know how well this will go, and there might be one point where I just say, I'm done. I feel as if I'm drawing close to that point now with this game.
Fair enough.
Whereas with Vampire the Masquerade, I, ended up asking you folks, sort of like, for like the last 5 or 6 sessions, are you good, guys, good?
No, more!
More!
Yeah, but I could totally understand wanting to wrap this up because this game has gone on very long.
It's, let's see. I gathered you folks together in early or mid-May. The length of it doesn't bother me so much as, I guess it's just the rule system and the amount of enjoyment that I feel that I can derive from this versus other rule systems. I mean, this has come up as a regular topic over the past weeks, how this system wasn't built for long-term maintenance. The goals in which they are built in doesn't exactly work to sustain long-term maintenance either. The goals, which consistently comprise of long-term survival and, as the campaigns come up thus far, trying to thrive and exist in this zombie-infested world. We could do other style campaigns if you had other characters about trying to find the cause behind this and putting a stop to it, but that's not your characters.
Especially not as norms.
No. We could have done a more survival horror bent, and we did that for the first few sessions, but that's just not how it turned to be. If you wanted a more survival horror campaign, I think it would be with scarier drama. It'd be like Vampire the Masquerade with all that maudlin drama shit.
No, what you got is a B-rated action movie with zombies.
There's nothing wrong with that. It just
and murder mysteries.
Murder
and
mysteries.
sitcoms.
Yeah. I do enjoy what I have constructed and what you as players have ended up, in part creating for yourselves here of these situations. Although, of course, you're certainly more than welcome to make any judgment calls you'd like. As opposed to, I'd say, pretty much any other campaign I'd go with. At this point, you really are at the most freeform, because I'm not relying on an adventure path, doing all these mental gymnastics in my head. I'm just as confused about the location you're at as opposed to any other location you'd go. Like, if you just pack up in, like, the truck or whatever, and just like, alright, we're out. We end with, like, the sunset going down as you all just drive off into the night.
For 15 miles.
15 miles.
And then we're in Denver.
Then you're in Denver. Yes, we've gotten lovely jokes made out of Grimith's sayings. Like, it's not Blue Sedan, it's 15 miles now.
I think there.
15 miles of blue sedans.
I think we did see a blue sedan early on, but
We did.
You did.
We were driving one initially.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I seem to
During that
remember.
first marooning.
I
Things
seem to
happen.
remember someone couldn't replace a car battery.
I seem to remember a car battery somehow exploding. Well,
I
catching fire.
seem to recall a lack of spare tire.
Many choices happened. Alright. Well,
And Podman was successful non-stop.
well, suppose we'll get around to finally focusing more on the session now. Session 25 of All Flesh Must Be Eaten. Ryan, of course, will not be joining us. This was mentioned far in advance. He wasn't going to be with us last week either, which is why we didn't end up playing. Because he is his absence as well as Chris's, due to some personal affairs. But we've managed to assemble, and without the over-burdensome, weight of Ryan's command, I'm sure he's listening to this. Hi, Ryan. Maybe now. Maybe the trusty Tony and Popman, our
Z-z-z-z.
gonna be Vin with Chris, perhaps weighing in some contributions, assuming that Chris is able, in the proper mindset to play.
I'm okay.
All right. Well, we begin off with the morning of August 16th, and I will first swing a question to you, Aaron. Eugene, of course, has been kept on the roof so that he'd stay under constant watch. My query is as to whether he's going to sleep.
Honestly, after he murdered someone while asleep,
Yeah.
yeah, he ain't.
Yeah. I just really remember the last time that Popman had taken such damage, and that he ended up falling asleep. I didn't know if, say, maybe if, I don't know, Missy, offered him, like, some painkillers to, like, load him up on, that are, like, in the medical section of the tower, whether he might ease himself off to sleep that way.
Not on purpose.
Okay. Well,
And there's probably going to be some passing out, but
he's got plenty of endurance points. You'll start off with a -7, and will continue to lose 1 per hour, courtesy of the fact that, well, you're staying up longer than you should. So you'll end up collapsing again in exhaustion by the next morning. But Popman is certainly capable of powering through.
okay.
I just wanted to check to make sure on that. Also, I know that Jordan wanted to spend, I think I told you it'd be around 6 hours of this day for Trusty Tony to make a splicer of some kind that would connect your water pump to a car battery, was it?
That was about 2 years. I was going to say 2 years ago. Wow, it was technically last year, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah, last fucking year when we played this.
And I know that you made your rolls and you got 2 degrees of success, I think?
Yes, but you
Alright.
still have to roll for reliability, and I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know about that stuff. But that'll end up being Trusty Tony's project. I know what the NPCs want to handle as well with their various activities. Fletch is going to be busy trying to recuperate, and he's going to be slowly trying to stitch that armor back together while he's bedridden, because if he wants to go out. You've got Willie Blackwater, the soldier who came to your place, who, if you check up on him, trapped in that closet room as he is on the 7th floor, he is still out cold.
How much was he drinking? God.
well, you have to consider the possibility as well, with all the sleep deprivation and fear, how long he might end up being out for. I've had friends who, after long, stressful nights of partying and then sleep deprivation and maybe some fear thrown in, you could sleep over 16 hours. I've slept over 16 hours before. And I'm not even an alcoholic.
I did that today.
There you go. So in that case, Willie will maybe wake up, possibly, and be more coherent than what he was last session. As for what the NPCs are going to be doing, Barry has some work to do on his own, as do the other NPCs, handling various affairs. You can, of course, learn more about them if you care to ask. Lance and Alfonso sleep for the day. That brings up Missy as well as Zane for the day watch. Some questions get pitched Trusty Tony's way, primarily by Riggs, courtesy of his interest. Noticing that you were working on a water pump device, how close you are to like getting like a working system for that.
Ask me in a couple hours, and I think I'll have a working power system for the pump. The pump already works. Just need to have a way of powering it with, that doesn't require an electrical outlet.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You wave like a dismissive hand, and he actually won't come back to ask you that again. Whatever.
God. Oh, thank God. He didn't ask me more questions.
I know. He's like, whatever. He didn't care that much. He's, maybe that was an attempt at a pleasantry from him? Nah. Jax is going to work on basically monitoring the entry points from the basement up onto into this tower, out of concern that, some soldiers or a reconstituted demon body will come ascending from the basement.
Now that is a band name.
Reconstituted demon body?
Yep.
Well, there you go. Jax has some concerns about reconstituted demon body. And he suggests, a possibility of usefulness that since Trusty Tony does like to make regular trips out, if Tony could at some point perhaps find some materials for him, and he begins listing off like a list of things that he could use, like rebar or whatever, maybe walling off some of these intersections would be better, especially due to the decreasing manpower. That way the group could safely cordon the pathway between the stairs and horticulture. Otherwise, it'll just have to be written off completely. Because with that labyrinth of passages down there, there's no fucking way that you're gonna find the reconstituted demon body unless it wants to be found. There's just too much ground to cover for such a small group.
I'll keep an eye on it. I was planning on heading out later today anyways.
Jax will say, fantastic. And it's then that Ace will come up and pretty much make his services available to Tony. The partner that he used to take, trips with is dead now. And so he is all for helping, groups, go out. And, he's seen how effective Trusty Tony has been in the past. And Ace is more than happy to go along with any trip.
Trusty Tony's gotten a reputation for effectiveness.
I'm like, did he forget what happened yesterday?
Oh
Cars.
my God.
Wasn't he involved in a car crash twice? He wasn't there for one of it.
Look, whenever Ace got involved in that car crash, Fletch was driving.
So,
Well, it's a kind of bizarro world.
It was Trusty Tony driving. Whatever. Ace perhaps is consumed by grief right now and is incapable of making effective decisions.
Alright. Trusty Tony was going to head out, and it's always good to have an extra pair of eyes.
Yeah.
He was going to take Grace because he was thinking about heading out to the Lowe's, whatever the Sears, whatever the place is.
Yeah, the Lowe's.
Alright.
Everyone's.
Yeah. Eugene, for his part, is left mostly alone on the roof. At night, Lance and Alfonso don't really pay you that much mind. They just talk and bullshit about all manners of things, and, Eugene comes to learn that there is a lovely, solar-powered still that Lance put up there, that Lance and Alfonso pretty much just drink from every night, and get fucking plastered before they go to sleep.
You can't fault him for that.
Nah. So, Eugene gathers that it's one of the primary reasons that they stick together and do these night watches. Because really, what the hell are they going to watch anyway? The fuck, they're going to be able to see, 10 fucking miles to the edge of the base? No! Not at night. No way. Just drink, have some good times.
I thought Lance had Auspex and Protean. Come on.
It's not like he's advertising that. He says that he can see perfectly in the dark no matter what. But,
That's the first level of Protean.
That's what David Green was so intent on learning. That he could make his
eyes red.
He
wanted the claws. But that's another story.
That's right. Grace, for your part, Grace, she's left alone. Whereas Eugene is ignored and put off to the side because of what he did and how no one really doesn't have interest in talking to him, at this point, Grace is just sort of left to hover on her own. You're certainly more than capable of looking around the place. You have as much description as any of the other players because you've been here. As your character, you're more than welcome to take peeks around and look and try to interact. Obviously, you heard how Riggs reacted to you whenever Grace attempted to be nosy about that.
Probably just gonna check up on Hotman, honestly.
Alright, well, you're more than welcome to head up to the roof and interact with him if you'd like.
By interact, it probably means just kind of stare at for a moment, and stare at his injuries, and then just keep staring at him. And then ask, Zane, you do anything?
What?
Has, our would-be murderer done anything?
What would be?
The one right next to you. Behind you, tied up.
Is he would-be? I thought he already did. Right?
Huh?
I didn't dream that, right?
Honestly, I'd assume you would like to have dreamed it instead. But no, it happened, Zane. Zane, was it?
Yeah. Zane, casts, a cautious look towards Missy. Missy looks at Zane like, what the fuck? Zane looks back at Grace.
So, I haven't been here long, but how long have all of you been here?
Like a month and some change? The days kind of blend in for me.
I see.
Since I'm constantly working and don't really have much to look forward to now.
Not a lot of people have much to look forward to. Kind of sweep out over the stuff in the distance.
Yeah. Other than the sniper out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Zane, perhaps subconsciously, hunkers down even lower onto the roof.
Especially after what happened to Breaker up there.
Yep.
Grace wouldn't know about Breaker, but on that note, gonna ask, Sniper, huh? You guys lose anybody?
Zane, trails off. Yeah.
Not to this one. Potman speaks up.
There have been more of them?
The fucking monster in the basement came with some.
So the floating monster thing had snipers and I heard
he had a cult.
Okay.
Missy says, yes, the floating monster demon thing that is currently in the basement was sentient and infected others who in turn had some more intelligence than the other walkers that you have seen in your travels.
It was fucking magic.
I don't know, I've seen some dancing ones. Or do we mean tool use here?
Missy, looks over at Eugene, and she says, "The way I heard it, they were wielding weapons."
They crawled here on their bellies. And they had clubs.
Great.
Zane says,
And the thing controlling them could write its thoughts on your eyes in golden light.
Zane says, "But at least we don't have to worry about the army anymore, right? Because they've all been destroyed." And Missy says, "Well, what
Except
about all
Sniper.
those other soldiers that have gone down there into the basement?"
Feeding that thing.
But, like, Zane, like, looks over at Eugene. You guys, you found, like, body remains left over. There's no new army.
We only
Right?
found 2.
I think
Zane's eyes widen.
it's probably worse that whatever's down there got a hold of them than they're still being alive. We might want to ask our new friend down on the floor below us.
Is he awake?
God, I have no idea.
I'd check,
He's in
but...
real bad shape.
And then Podman jingles his chains.
Grace is gonna go down and check on that as well.
Grace is definitely welcome to check up. He is out cold. Happily
Question.
snoring.
He's already been stripped of his possessions, so just
Yep. Fletch, move those out of the room.
look down there, go back up, and say, "No, he's still out."
Missy shakes her head, saying, "There's no telling how long he'll be out, given how much he must have gone through."
If half the stuff he was mumbling about when he got here is true, we've got much more problems with whatever's still down there.
If half the stuff he's mumbling about is true. He probably didn't know the half of it.
Zane says, "I think we have enough problems the way it is."
Yeah, we definitely got the problem, Zane.
Zane looks nervously over at Eugene.
I'm not arguing with you, Zane.
Why'd you do it?
I don't know if I did.
I-
I woke up already there.
I saw you!
You saw me already there.
Yeah!
I woke up like that. Yeah.
You never sleptwalk. Sleepwalked? Slept?
That I knew of.
He, like, looks over at Missy. Missy shrugs. Zane looks back at Eugene.
I haven't even been sleeping for... Fuck, I don't know.
Missy furrows her brows. Shouldn't you have told someone about that?
Yeah, apparently. Okay? You think I don't know that now?
I'm honestly surprised he was able to exert enough force while sleepwalking to kill him without having him cry out.
You hear what they say had to be done with that knife? I don't know how to do that shit. Fuck. I can barely fight when I'm awake.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you gonna be okay after that, grenade?
Zane will actually speak up for Eugene. Does he look okay?
Ever since I've met him, he doesn't look okay.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time I didn't hurt. I think I finally finished healing from the gas station explosion, at least. That took a while.
Was it a station explosion?
Yeah.
Well, so I really came up here to check on what was going on the roof, but any idea what I could do to help around here? I mean,
Zane will just say nonchalantly, "Ask Jax. Or Riggs."
Trusty Tony probably needs some help. He's got plans.
Plans.
So you say, yeah, that Tony, man, he is a real go-getter.
Yep.
Missy, like, snorts.
I knew him before this.